Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Strange Antiquities. We're going to end the day next, but I thought we'll do it here so I don't miss the inter-chapter narrative here. Let's just remind ourselves what the previous day said. So they're in this castle tomb, I suppose. They're underneath it. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard, a small black casket, a very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. Looks like, yeah, like stairs, okay. Up the stairs, left, then left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. Well, I think that's going to relate to our map of the castle. So let's just open this up. Now it says up the stairs, so let's assume it's the main stairs, which come out on a single location. So up the stairs, left, left again. That doesn't work, because we end up sort of in the corner of this room. Or even if we talked about going through the room, it wouldn't be there. Okay, so up the stairs. Left, left again. Second on the right. Would be this, well that would be this one, if we're talking about this staircase, which we might be. There's also the sort of towers to consider, but this one does have a symbol on it, so let's have a little wee go at this. Yeah, we are correct. The bedroom looks like it hasn't been used for some time. A thin layer of dust coats the furnishings and cobwebs decorate every corner. Pulling back the thin curtains lets some light in, but more importantly, they reveal a macabre item that has been hiding on the windowsill all this time. Ooh, okay. That kind of reminds me, I'm going to start putting this creepy stuff in these sort of protective spots. It looks a little bit like those could be connected, doesn't it? This is creepy as well. I'm going to hang it there. Okay, I'll probably move that back to one of those shelves, and we'll pop you there. How about that? And we're going to wake Jupiter up. Good morning, Jupiter. I still don't think I have anything that could open this sort of locked box we have here, so I'll just... we'll just leave that for now. Helena Appleton. Okay, our evil dial, our fear dial has gone back down to 0. Oh, I'm not reading this, hang on. I can never get any peace in my house. When am I to find time to do my writing? I've tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore. And besides, I can still hear the shouting and banging at all hours. I heard you might be able to help me. St. John's Anvil. Okay. This one. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. Okay, so we're looking for... I think I've seen some stuff that has leaves on it. So that might be something to look out for. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. It can even be tuned to filter out certain noises, but allow others to be heard still. Okay, so... we're looking at the leaves are kind of... they look a bit like an oak leaf, but they've got 5 protuberances, for want of a better word, sort of 2 up each side and then like a rounded one at the top. So on that note, I mean, we do have that, but that looks to me like it's got too many things. Now we do also have this one. Doesn't really say anything about the materials, but I'll have a look at what the orange gemstone means. Do we get any kind of sense from it? Nothing particularly. Sounds are muffled in its presence. I mean, it's obviously this, right? But let's just, for the sake of being complete, let's... oh, I've closed the book. Let's open it again. So it's an orange. I don't think it's got impurities. That doesn't look like it. I don't think it's any of those. Well, it says sometimes containing impurities, so it might be. It might be. Let's go and have a look at it again. Yellow or orange, the sunstone, fire and light, heat and life. I mean, it seems like a positive thing, doesn't it? Okay, well, I think it's obviously this one. sense. So we'll label this one before we move on. And we'll move you to... you know, I might sort of have a shelf of the pendant stuff. Oops. Now that I've got quite a few of them. Or even a couple of shelves of them. There we go. Slightly more organised, isn't it? Oh, we got. Oh, okay. We've got this one here. That's probably not going to. Well, I guess it does fit here. It's getting a bit cramped. But then maybe what I'll do is switch some stuff around again, and maybe we'll have a couple of things down there. There we go. All right. Next, Barton Potter. He's an actual sort of character in here. You must be the thaumaturge's apprentice. I bet he's a hard man to work under. He's helped me out more than once in the past, though. And speaking of the past, my eye has been aching again lately. That can't be a good sign. I'm willing to make a fair trade for an Elver Stone if you have one. Okay. Let's see what an Elver Stone is. Can be used to relive... Sorry, you don't want to relive discomfort. Relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments, such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, a connection also reflected in their designs. Okay, so we'll recheck what a Selenic symbol is. Yeah, so kind of a isosceles triangle with circles at the top and the base. Okay, reflected in their designs. So a closer look at some of these. Probably not that. I mean, Selenic does... It is the moon, isn't it? I wouldn't have said it was overwhelming design choice. Now, it said planetary metal, didn't it? What would be a planetary metal? Okay, Selenic. Of the moon. So maybe that's more of a clue. Selenic of the moon. So we have a few things. It could be, I think it's probably this, or this. Now, it did say stone, so that, well, it's called a stone, isn't it? So you would think it would be something like this. Gold. It's warm, hard and cool, detailed engraving. No real sense of it. Has an ethereal quality to it. Okay, so planetary metal, ethereal. Could be this. That doesn't smell of anything. Silver, stone. It's got the circle, it's got moons. I think that's probably my favourite of the ones so far. I'll check out what the pinkish stone is, though. What was the pinkish stone? nearer the back. So it does say Selenic. Moonstone. Stone of protection in enveloping night. Well, that could... okay. That's kind of thrown me a little bit. I think it might be this one then. No. Okay, I'll go with my second choice then. There we go. Crescent moons. Yeah, metal is silver. So, okay, silver is associated with the moon. Okay, well, yeah, fine. Okay. Oh, he's given us a new thingy bob. He did say he'd make a trade. I have a bit of space there. Oh, well I can tell you what, we'll move that one out. Move that one in there. This was an Elver stone, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm kind of running out of space. Yeah, maybe I can put that there. Maybe if I move the big one up there, we can kind of have a little shelf there. Okay, next. Ah, Verona's back.
I've been doing some reading. See what you make of this.
Okay. Ambra.
The fishermen they found yesterday had been up at Wyatt Beck, so I'm going out to see if I can find anything out there. Here I go again, sticking my nose into trouble because I don't seem to be able to listen to that part of me that says go put the kettle on and let someone else deal with it for a change. It's bloody-minded arrogance to follow that thought up with, but there isn't anyone else, but here we are, and here I am. They'd do it all wrong anyway.
Okay, let's have a quick look at, was it Barton? Barton Potter, the relic hunter. Intelligent, affable, heroic. These are the words that Barton Potter would use to describe himself. Irresponsible, impulsive and foolhardy are some of the more tasteful terms that those who have dealt with him might use. One thing is not in dispute. He knows how to track down objects, and he certainly knows their worth. He's also no coward, and he bears the scars to prove it. He's one of the few who have ventured into the depths of the catacombs and lived to tell the tale. And tell the tale he does at the slightest provocation. I wonder if he might be the one who discovered this black casket that we just heard about in the morning. We also seem to be only 2 characters away from sort of having a full kind of main cast for the game. Francis.
I've been wearing a pendant that I found in the library, and it does something to me. It gives me an appetite for reading that I cannot control. I was lost in the library for 3 days without eating or sleeping before I managed to take the pendant off and escape. It is rather pretty, though. Someone told me that I needed a Cussack purifier, and that this is the place to get one.
Alright. Let's have a look what that is. A small topaz gemstone known as the Eye is placed in a strong-smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spirit or vinegar. Topaz is blue. I'm wondering if it might be our sort of glowy blue bottle. Small tokens, such as rings or amulets, perhaps, submerged in the liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon, are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there is a limit to the effectiveness of this process. The glass is pearlescent. Well, it's probably this. Then. A strong odour when I shake it and it rattles. Okay, so there's probably a stone in there. Nothing really to remark. I think it's probably that. Oh, that's a symbol for vinegar. I guess I could have looked that up, but I mean, it had the strong smell, so I was fairly sure. But maybe I'm being a bit too casual with these identifications. Anyway, we have a Cussack purifier now. I'm going to start filling up these little shelves, I think. Simone.
I've been working on something that you might find interesting. Did you know that nobody knows who built Strange Antiquities? It's very old, perhaps the oldest building in Undermere, according to some accounts. Even Eli doesn't know all of its secrets. I've been decoding a journal that he found. It's slow work, but I've recently made a bit of a breakthrough. Have you discovered the plinths below the counter?
Well, it maybe means that.
I've learned that they can be used to access the shop's hidden depths. This journal holds some of the keys. Here's something I discovered late last night. See what you make of it.
Okay. Well, let's head down here and have a look. Maybe fold up the map for now. Alcove key, horned shackle, evocant, and then a moon something. The writing is dense and spidery, so it's not always easy to decipher. Alcove key. Pop these things in a drawer for now. So I've noticed that this symbol and that symbol are the same, so there might be a repeating pattern here. Yeah. Okay, so we want... It goes after that, so I think that slots in there. It looks like there's others missing, so we're not quite done with that puzzle yet, whatever that is. I think it must be something to do with this. So we need a horned shackle. Have I found that? Ah, yes. And an evocant, which is this. And a moon something. Have we got stuff that's actually just called moon? Moonstone Guardian, perhaps? For the banishment of Hobbs' fear and Noctic sight, these tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. Comforting guardian. Okay, so this, I would say, is a comforting guardian. Now, remind me what the pinkish gemstone means. That's not the right book. Stone of protection and enveloping night. So, you could... I think that's probably that. If I had to guess. I'm not going to label it right now. Do I sort of combine these things? How would one go about that? Alcove key, horned shackle, evocant, and then a moon thing. Alcove key. Oh, let's do it in the right order. That. That's what we got around here. Oh, hello. Okay. Maybe it could mean this, so goat, evocant. What do you mean? haven't seen anything to be like a way of combining anything. Okay. What about just under moon? What else do we have? Moon heart. Well, it could be a Selenic totem. We're looking at maybe a moon heart. Carved totem. Oh, we have identified this. I have got a Selenic totem. Somewhere. Yeah. Oops. Don't really know what it means. Horned shackle. Evocant moon something. What do you mean? Does that do anything? Haven't really come across that yet. God, am I too stupid to understand this? I'm gonna pause while I think about it. Hang on. I went back to what she said. She said something about the three plinths. I think she's actually talking about this. It does have the protection symbol on. I don't know why that didn't occur to me. Maybe because I had things in them. But I think when you put stuff on them, do they? Yeah, they push down. So that is a thing. So let's try this. Horn Shackle, Evocant. I'm going to go back to the Moonstone Guardian. Did that do anything? Alcove key. Key. Maybe not that one, maybe this one? Oh, okay, so that is... It was the Selenic totem. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's have a look at these. So, okay, we've got 2 more tiles. That's good. That's for our little board thing. Whatever that is. It looks like kind of like the binding seed, doesn't it? And I guess it's different. We've got some mugs. Maybe I should have like a mug stand or something. That was cool. Okay, yeah, let's pop these back. Yeah, I want to put the mugs in one place, I think. You will pop it. Oop. Pop in there. Still nothing to do with that. Now, we want to go and pop these down here and see if we can find a right slot for them. Now, we'll put these back in a drawer. Okay, so... what comes after that? Oh, okay, it actually is that. And then we want something between what looks like a Z. It's a triangle. No, because that's there. We want... That would be... I kind of think that is like the bull, the Taurus. So it's not that. Whereas this comes the other side of a Z. So it would be that. Okay, I think we're good on those. We obviously have one more space when we're looking for a symbol like that at the moment. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad we got that done. We'll archive that. Oh, Simone is one of our missing characters, the librarian. Simone finished reorganising the Ambleside Library and came to Undermere in search of a new challenge. She took up swimming in the lake after hearing about the health benefits of cold water, but soon found that she preferred the health benefits of a warm blanket, a roaring fire and a good book. She manages the collection at the Wordsworth Library, following in her mother's footsteps by taking a special interest in occult writing. So she is the daughter of Verona, yeah? Verona Green. Yeah. Okie doke. Right. Next. Jim Wolfe. After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf now. I've tried St John's Poppy, but I'm looking for a more permanent solution. I would love to be able to hear my niece's laughter. Hearing charm. Okay. A simple trinket amplifying sounds. While generally used by the hard of hearing, they are a curiosity that can be enjoyed by young and old alike. And of course they have more devious applications too, making it possible to eavesdrop on private conversations. They take the form of animals known for their hearing. Well, we have a bat. I mean, that's kind of the only one that leaps out to me right now. Should we risk just jumping in for that? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I didn't look at it more closely. Again, I'm being a bit reckless with some of these, but I felt very reasonably confident on that, given the alternatives. Okay, we'll hang that on my pendant's alcove. Oh, end of day. Okay. Let's do another one of these little interludes. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. Oh, yeah, because Barton has an eye patch. He was alert to the threat at once, recognising 2 things at the same time. 1, a part of his mind was not his own, and 2, the casket wanted to be opened. Cool. Okay. I think that's definitely relating to Barton. What's this? Ooh, it's a complicated one. Oh, it's a pointing lady. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. Can't see anything about Maiden here, but there might be something called Maiden's Tower or something like that. There isn't. It probably is the castle then. Thing is, the only trees I have are like here, and I can't click on those. What else have we got? Does it say? The maiden in the tower points the way. I'm buried among the trees. Yeah, well, in terms of the road names, what have we got? Yeah, all rivers or anything that kind of stands out as maybe Prince's Street. King Edward. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that kind of relates to a maiden or a tower. Golfrey's Tower 22. I don't know what a Golfrey is. Probably just a person called that. Oh, they're there. Doesn't really mean anything to me. The Mary Bell 23. That's a ship, isn't it, obviously? Jacob's Folly. Don't know if I can decode this one. Well, there are symbols. Maybe one of these symbols means maiden or something. Although I still can't click on like the trees or anything. But it maybe could be like courtyard or something, you know. Okay, I'm going to look up the symbols. If there's anything that kind of means like maiden or that kind of thing. Venus, possibly. Oh, it's got planetary metals. Okay, yeah, I could have used that, couldn't I, for that thing? I could have called on this more. Nothing there jumped out. Unless it's Venus. I'm your Venus. I think Jupiter's got a sign. I wonder if that might come into play with the cat at all. That's Jupiter, the Jupiter sign. I can't see anything that looks like the Venus sign. Hardwick Tower. There's no one... What if I went... Thing is, if I click on the tower, it'll probably... Yeah. There are other towers. Buried among the trees. How would I see which way she's pointing? I don't get it. I don't get it. I was thinking maybe if there's like a road that's pointing in a direction towards trees, but... I'm going to click on the courtyard, I think. Like if she's in that tower... I was looking at the way that the compass is pointing there. I'm going to get... Let's do this. Did I get my fear up? No? Didn't put my fear up, but it didn't do anything. Is there like a oh, there's a conservatory. Try that. Nothing there. I can actually click on these things. It doesn't seem to push my fear up if I'm just mucking around. Let's click on the Jupiter one. This was a mistake. Okay. Oh, I did get fear for that. Maybe you get a certain number free. I don't know. A hint. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not that helpful. Yeah, I mean, obviously I could do that. Doesn't really help me here. What if I have that out? Okay. Not helpful. Generally, when you get these, you're able to solve them straight away. I wonder if does she look like the moon goddess or anything like that? So then next we got triangles. Something about Mars. That's kind of the male symbol. Doesn't have anything there. What if I just click on the tower? Nothing there. More fear. I mean, there are other towers. Do I click on all of them? I Can't really afford to keep doing this, I don't think. You know what, I'm going to do all the towers. Okay, wasn't allowed in there, but I didn't get it marked down, so that's south, okay. Probably in fear for that. Yeah. I wondered if, you know, if we went in a tower, maybe there'd be a statue of her up there, but... I mean, she could be... buried among the trees. Books, bits of tree, library. Okay, I don't think there's anything that useful, and it didn't seem to get rid of that. God, I mean, it could be anything, couldn't it? Okay. The only other thing I can think is there's literally one thing called a tower, and it's this Golfrey's Tower. I'm just going to click it. Ah, I think this might have... okay, no, there's a statue here. Okay. I climb the narrow winding stair to the top of the tower and am rewarded with views across Lake Undermere. Not alone in the tower, standing in the centre of the circular platform is a statue of a young woman, the Maiden. Her outstretched arm points due east across the rooftops of Undermere and beyond. Okay, looking due east. Among the trees, so due east... I mean, there's kind of this, although you'd really, if you're going due east from there, you end up at the mossy wood. Ah. I find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved into a sturdy oak tree. I look around, half expecting to see someone, but there is nobody there. I take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. Oh, okay. Now, I'm starting to get a few of these things that kind of have like 3 gemstones in. Where are the other ones? Yeah, like that thing. Tell you what, let's pop that there for now. Well, okay, with that puzzle solved, let's get on with our day. Verona's back.
I walked up the beck a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it, belly up and blackened they were. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. I'm on my way to Calgarth Hall now. I spoke to Dr. Robertson earlier, and she said the 2 women they found there are still in the same state as the others, in a trance and eyes all black. Oh, before I go, Anna Bryant asked me to drop this off.
Okay, what do you got? Oh, a letter. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about, second from the left in the row of 4. I found myself outside its door 3 days ago and I went inside for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. It always had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter, but I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Okay, so these are the directions kind of up here. We're going to have to take this to the map. Naylor Island. Okay, so what does it actually say? Oh, on the lakefront. Okay, so we'd take a boat out from the northern tip of Naylor's Tower. Okay, so it's going to be these, isn't it? Second from the left in the row of 4. So it would be that, yeah? I don't know exactly what I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. Oh, hello. Ooh. In an alcove of the house, peering out through loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with a dark red substance, and large melted candles pool out into the wooden floor on either side. In the centre of the altar there is a small iron chest, rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear that it has been here for a long time. I do not see any hinge or keyhole or any way of opening it at all, but after a while I notice an inscription that simply says, "I open to the voice." There is something called a voice of Cernunnos, no? Which we have identified as the talk. I wonder if we put the talk in. Aha! The chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here or why, but it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon.
Oh, it's a kitty cat. We got a kitty cat.
Let's put you in there. Hey Jupiter, I found a friend for you. Next. Lester Crowley.
I apologise if this inquisition is an imposition to your disposition. It's not my intention to bring to your attention a matter of contention. I have an inclination to perform an incantation of flirtation. For your part, a leaden heart of the thalamic art.
Leaden heart, okay. He's a poet and I suspect he does know it. Lead heart. These items depict the god Cernunnos in his non-human form. They are heavier than they look due to a core of lead, hidden by a more modest exterior. They are said to kindle a romantic interest and are sometimes given as wedding gifts. So Cernunnos is... He's this guy. So I suspect in his non-human form he's like a deer. He does also have this thing, which we've obviously... Now, it said lead core, modest exterior, so I'm wondering if it's this. It says it's surprisingly heavy, so why don't we weigh it? See, it's heavier than 2 pounds, so it is pretty heavy. Like, it could have a lead core, couldn't it? Just want to go back over there and have a closer look. So we looked at this before. It's clay... Pointy, nothing to remark, nothing, yeah. I think it might be that. Lead heart, and it's a deer, heart, H-A-R-T, heart. So I think it's that. Has antlers, yep. Weighing scales is heavier, yeah, so I did both that. What was it called? Lead heart. You know, with all this stuff, I assume it's like a display model because, you know, we're selling this stuff to people and they go away and we keep it, which is a little odd. Okay, so we're running out of space again on our sort of labelled shelves. I might need to do what if I... What I could do is I could move my... It's not going to help a lot, but... So I could move my books down here, say... Eventually all this stuff will be identified. Yeah, let's start a little bookshelf down here. And we'll sort of continue our labelling here. Not bad. Angus Eaton.
Oh, you're not Eli. I'm returning an item he asked me to repair. The mechanism was mangled, but I've replaced all the springs and given it a clean. Good as new.
Now, I suspect I know what this is. We're going to try that in our little... Oh, come on, you've got to fit in there. It's... Maybe... There are secrets here. Maybe we need to manipulate it with something. So what does a black stone mean again? Volcanic, fire and fury. I mean, it seems obvious that it goes in there, but maybe you need to combine it with something? Maybe it'll become more obvious later. No, tell you what, to just remind myself, I'm going to keep that just on top of there. Convinced that's what goes there. But yeah, it might, you might... Oh, it's a medallion. Okay. And you might potentially want to combine it with something, but I don't even know how you would do that. So I'll pop it there. Okay, next. Eli.
Wasn't my intention to leave you unattended for this long, but I'm afraid that I'm going to need to rely on you for a little longer. The Order of the Black Veil seems more concerned by the ravens than the black-eyed state that Mr. Hungerford was found in. They said that it would take a very powerful force indeed to upset them like that. Unfortunately, they either weren't able or weren't willing to talk any further on the subject. I was hoping to avoid it, but I must go to Oxford in the Bodleian Library. I will be gone for a few days at least, perhaps longer, but you seem to be handling yourself well here. I do not see eye to eye with the head of the collections at the Bodleian, but I do know that he takes an interest in horticulture. I will take him as Scythian charm to smooth things over between us.
Okay, let's have a look what that is. Older Scythian charms are carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. They are used by horticulturalists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it is raining. It is raining. I keep coming back to this, which it is warm to the touch. Iron. Iron's Mars? That is a planetary metal. Pearlescent glass. Would that be relevant? I kind of think it looks a bit more like a plant. Gold and silver, both planetary metals. Warm. There we go. I think it's this. It's nature, isn't it? It's because of the leaves and stuff. So I think that must be it. Okay. Gold and silver, planetary metals, leaves hint at horticultural. Yep. Close inspection is it vibrates in the wet weather. Yep. Good, good, good. So we have Scythian charm. I'll hang you up over there. I am at a loss with these patients. They aren't responding to anything I've tried so far, and I haven't been able to find anything in the literature that fits their symptoms. I'm finding that they become violent if they aren't restrained. They are always trying to leave. If nothing else, Drantium tea from a restful mether might get a momentary lucidity out of them. But if you've got any ideas, then I'm all ears. Okay, we'll have a look at what those are. Restful mether. Thaumaturge is linked to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the Drantium plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mether. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rushing clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. Well, that sounds good. It sounds like it's a mug. Drantium, kind of these... We saw one of those in Strange Horticulture. Yeah, they look a bit like, I don't know, kind of pitted olives on a stalk in a bunch, which might relate to something there. But we also have Witch's Finger, so let's check that out. Doesn't sound quite as good. Said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They're capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. Well, that sounds a bit drastic, doesn't it? So, let's see what we got here. Now, the Drantium is blue, I thought. Strong odour, sharp but not unpleasant. Oh, I'm trying to get rid of the magnifying glass. Okay, what have we got here? This one is carved wood, hard and somewhat rough. It has a sharp aroma. Or there's the leaf. Gold paint, wood, oak if I'm not mistaken. Sharp aroma. Okay, so the leaves don't look like that. They're kind of spiky. This one has... very simple carved thing with like a third handle in the middle. I think it's this one then. That's the only one that's got like that sort of middle. Oh no, this one does as well. But I don't think it's the stones. I think it might be that one. No. Okay, let's go with the one with the stones then. Yeah. Okay. The item resembles the drinking cup. Okay, yeah. Has several embedded iolite gemstones, stones of peace. Oh, okay. I didn't know what else. That's on me. Should have done. Got a bit lazy with it. Restful meadow. Where should we put you? We'll put you there. Rebecca Rose. Oh, she's the blind lady.
I've come to thank you for sharing the wonder of the Ares remnant with me. It has changed my life. I'm still getting to grips with it, but already I feel I'm feeling my way back to painting again. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Cool. Okay, quickly check the time of the video. That seems like a good place to end it for now. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit that like button, that's always very much appreciated. Is there any comments as well? Let me know your thoughts. Took me a while to get hold of that Maiden's Tower puzzle. But yeah, let me know if you solved that way quicker than I did. Yeah, interesting. And a big thank you as ever to our channel members. Very much appreciated how you guys are supporting the channel. And if anyone else is interested in, signing on and, among other things, gaining early access to videos in this series and any other series that I run on the channel ahead of time, yeah, that'd be awesome. As would be subscribing to the channel if you're watching this and haven't done that yet. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.